For weeks, the Syrian government has ignored the Joint Strike Task Force's warnings. Civilian areas continue to burn. The world watches. And now, it's our turn to answer. Our objective is a nerve center, an underground command complex south of Damascus, protected by the 24th Air Defense Brigade. It's the beating heart of southern Syria's air defense network. It's deep in contested airspace, buried under a web of radar and missiles. SA-10s, SA-11s, dozens of launchers all waiting to light us up. To get in, we'll use misdirection.
Holy crap, look at all those aircraft coming in.
Deception and noise, lots of noise. At 1525 Zulu, a full-scale diversion will hammer Al Dumair. At the same time, our old Predator drones, Trojan Flight, will push in, jamming the airwaves from inside the Hornet's nest. Sword Flight will slip in low from the south. 3 pairs, 6 Weasels, 1 mission. Sword 1 suppresses, Sword 2 strikes, Sword 3 watches our 6. No second passes, no tanker cover, just 20 minutes inside the Mzid. We hit hard. We hit once and we get out clean, or not at all. Sword Flight is weapons hot. Damascus won't know what hit it.
Hotel 4 ground, Sword 2-1 requesting engine start.
Sword 2-1 cleared for engine start.
Sword 2-1 starting engine. Engine online. Hotel 4 Tower, Sword 2-1 requesting takeoff.
Sword 2-1, you are cleared for takeoff on runway 28, wind 210 for 1 knot, altimeter 2987.
Sword 2-1. Wheels up. Sword 1, Sword 2 approaching RV.
Copy, Sword 2. All swords push waypoint 2.
Copy. Sword 3 pushing.
Sword 2.
Those flankers were loitering back there again where we usually cross the border. Let's hope they didn't ID us.
Let's hope not, Rotor. It would be nice to give the Syrians a surprise for a change.
Copy that, boss.
Sword Flight, switch Sentinel on uniform.
Sword 3 set.
Sword 2 set.
Sentinel, Sword 1-1. Sword Flight, airborne and proceeding on mission 1881. Any words?
Negative on word, Sword 1. Proceed as flag.
Copy, Sentinel. Sword 1 out. Okay, Sword Flight, continue and switch uniform for vacuum.
Sword 3 set.
Sword 2 set.
Vacuum, Sword 1. Request lowdown Damascus.
Copy, Sword 1. Stand by. Lowdown Damascus. Electric thrust message at this time will confirm SA2, SA3, SA6, SA8, SA10, SA11 and SA15 in pre-brief locations. Box wing, tall racks and flat face EW radars are active around Damascus.
Copy all vacuum, Sword 1, out.
Seems quiet. Too quiet.
So the intel reports keep bringing up Hezbollah at the moment.
Yeah, sounds like they're busy getting involved. We've got mobilization in the Bekaa Valley and activity along the border between Syria and Lebanon. Not to mention, drones over Homs Road and Yabrouz carrying out ISR. Who would have thought that Hezbollah was running a drone program?
Well, boys, remember your intel brief. Hezbollah may get labeled as terrorists, but they're far more sophisticated than the name suggests. They're often referred to as a state within a state. They've got a large paramilitary force, more powerful than the Lebanese army, in fact, as well as a significant presence in Lebanese politics.
Well, they've been well funded over the years.
That they have. Very well funded by both the Iran of old and Syria.
And all for the cause of fighting Israel.
Well, it's probably more nuanced than just that, Rotor, but we'll take your point.
The current behavior of Hezbollah concerns me, though. If they get fully involved in the civil war, it could have a major impact.
Agreed. We're looking at potentially tens of thousands of additional fighters entering each battle. And Hezbollah have a lot of firepower stashed away in Lebanon.
You're right about all of that, Tank, but the bigger picture here is Israel.
How so, boss?
Well, the Israelis might not be so keen on the idea of Hezbollah roaming around the Syrian south, free to push further south than the Unifil line.
And free to attack Israel from a new flank.
Exactly. And it's not like Israel to sit idly by and let that happen.
And Israel has a hell of a military, but Hezbollah sure knows how to make things difficult for them.
That's right. Fought them to stalemate in the 06 war.
I was surprised we used Israeli airspace to launch that attack this morning. I would have thought that there would be a risk of escalation there.
Yeah, it surprised a lot of people, that one. I guess the benefits outweighed the risk.
Do you think there'll be consequences for Israel?
Maybe, but it's not like they're not already in the crosshairs, is it?
Not sure the Syrians can afford to bring the Israelis into the fight right now anyway. They're already stretched thin. Unless Hezbollah reinforces them.
Or the Russians. Let's not forget about them.
Now there's a thought. Russia and Israel fighting it out. As if there wasn't enough of a mess down here already.
Well then, let's hope it doesn't go down that way.
Welcome back, everybody. Appreciate you guys coming back, and if you're new here, I appreciate you stopping by. I'm excited for this mission. Reading the brief, I got pretty excited. So I was thinking, I'd like to do something other than a SAM run. And I'd like to be a striker one of these times. And, well, guess what? Here we are. I'm carrying 2 GBU-24s, heading in on strike on the 24th Syrian Air Defense Headquarters bunker. My number 2 bug, he will be hitting the entrance to the bunker, and I will be hitting ventilation shafts. I can pick which ventilation shaft to hit. They want me to come in at a different angle than my number 2, so I'm going to set my course to 045 degrees, and then I'll follow that to the steer point. And they want me on a 45 degree heading, so I'll just follow that line from my IP to the target, and I will drop on that line. We are getting pretty close to the action here. Yeah, I'm really excited about this mission. This should be fun. I'm going to set up my bombs. 1688 codes should already be loaded, but always double check your laser codes. 88, 88. I don't normally look at the fuse timing. I usually just manually laze. Did I say fuse timing? I normally laze myself. I'm going to set up the GBU-24s, they say it's going to be, I'm going to drop both of them on there. I'll set it as a pair so I can drop both of them. And then since it is in a bunker, I don't want to nose fuse. I'm going to tail fuse them. That'll give it a little bit of delay to penetrate down into the bunker. Release angle -30. I'm going to go with a 5-degree release angle. 30 would give me a lot more punch, but I'm going to go with a 5. I don't want to be diving straight down at the ground when I'm that close to the AAA and SAMs in the area. I don't want to get in front of the rest of the sword guys. And I believe I have. Yeah, I'm backing off. Because the rest of the sword flight is going to be my seed cover on our way in to prosecute our targets. Sword flight lead is giving me the option to either come in low. They've given me enough gas to do that with the 4050 bingo. I can either come in low and avoid detection, but there are AAA down below, or I can come in high, stay away from the AAA, but then I would be a lot easier to detect with the SAMs. I think I'm going to bring it in high since we are attacking bunkers. I don't want to have to pop up so much to be able to get the penetration on the bombs. So the higher you are, the faster you're going, the more penetration power you're going to have with your bunker busters. It's going to give them a lot more kinetic energy. And a steeper dive angle will, but again, like I said, I don't want to dive too steep. So that's what my plan is. I'm going to do a small, shallow dive from high altitude and manually laze the targets myself.
All swords, push point is ahead. Fence in and be ready to push.
Alright, I'm fencing. Alright. We are transmitting.
Jack Blair.
Not what I wanted to do. Good job telegraphing that I'm here.
Flight, waypoint 4. We're ahead of schedule. Hold until our push time.
Alright. Set up an orbit. Hold at 4. We are going to hold here at 4. I'm going to set up a left-hand orbit and just hold altitude. Let's pull the throttle back since we're going to orbit and hold.
All swords, push to targets. Commence your missions.
Sword 2 pushing.
Here we go.
4-3 pushing.
Climbed up to Angels 23. Get a little extra. So double check everything's good. Push into Syria and proceed with your mission. Mission can be aborted at any time using the F10 menu. Roger that. Here we go. Pushing steer point 5. We'll fly 5, 6, 7 IP, and 8 is the target. Need to make sure I have enough energy behind these GBU-24s to give them enough kinetic energy to punch through to the bunkers. So I'm gonna stay high. I did have the option to go low.
Multiple emitters online. Looks like they got their attention.
Both grumbles are online. Sword 1 is engaging.
Alright, go get them, boys. I need to get my speed up, like I was saying, but I don't want to go too fast because I do not want to pass the seed flights up ahead of me that are taking care of the SAMs for us. 36 miles to steer point 5 should give them enough time to get some of these SAMs offline. Holy crap, look at all those aircraft coming in. Holy cow. This is the big push toward Damascus. 2 missions left after this one. Let's give one final check while things are going good. 1 pair, tail fuse, -5 release angle. Steering Q is at 8 nautical miles. We'll try that one, see how that looks. I'm not going to go in low. There's AAA in the area. Plus, we need to be up high for these paveways to be able to have enough kinetic energy to not only the speed but the altitude helps with the kinetic energy of the paveways breaking through the ground and into the bunkers, or break it through the bunker itself.
Sword 1, Magnum, SA-10.
Get them, boys. Alright, there's an SA-6 right there. We would be on the fringe of a 6 and a 3. Looks like they're launching at that SA-10. Oh, that's an SA-11. Looks like they're hitting that 10 right there. 23 miles, steer point 5.
Sword 1-2, Magnum, SA-10.
Right above an SA-6. Right on the outskirts. I'm going to kind of check left just a tad to get on the outside of the SA-6 right below me's engagement zone.
Approaching the Damascus Mez.
Here we go.
Copy lead. SA-2 and SA-3 off our nose about 20 miles. SA-11 is north of us. Still active.
Go get them, boys. I don't like where that steering cue's setting.
Sword 3-1, target the second SA-10.
Copy. Sword 3-1 engaging.
I don't like where that drop cue was at 8 miles, so I changed it to 6 miles. We'll see if that will make everything okay once we get up to our drop point.
Sword 2 lead, we just lost Trojan 1, stay sharp.
Sword 3-1, Magnum, SA-10. Miles, waypoint 5. Jamming seems to be working.
For now.
More SAM radars have shut off. Fourth, Ghost is standing by with our last 2 harms.
Copy. Alright, we need that 11 taken care of. And that close in 6 over our target. I think it's going to be this one. West Bowl. Alright, SA6 southwest. South. I think it's that one.
Sword 3-2, engage. SA6, northeast Damascus.
Sword 3-2, engaging.
Yeah, it's going to be that one, the northeast, and I'm going to send him at the 11. Heading steer point 6. Heading steer point 7.
Sword 3-2, Magnum.
Alright, I'm heading towards 7. I'm going to select 8 and get eyes on my target. Alright, there's the target. There's bugs. Ventilation shaft number 1 and 2 here. I'm going to go for just the close-in vent shaft. That is my target there.
SA6 is down.
Okay. Engage the 11.
Sword 3-2, engage. SA11, southwest Damascus.
Sword 3-2, engaging.
2, approaching IP. Proceed with your attack. I'll be right behind you.
Sword 3-2. Copy lead. Sword 2-2, attacking.
Extend 3 miles.
We lost half the drones. Watch out, Sword 2.
Extend 3 miles past the IP and turn in to attack the target. So we are heading at the IP, steer point 7. And then I will turn hard at the target and attack at a 045.
SA11 is off the air.
Good deal. Alright, there is our target area. Okay. I'm at mine, turning in. There's another 11 out here.
Stand launch, SA11, South Damascus.
SA6.
Checkmaster arm, Sword 2-2, pickle.
Kicking in the speed to get the hell out of here. I'm wicked low now.
Cap flare out. Cap flare. Cap flare. Cap flare.
Stand launch, SA6, South Damascus.
Okay, looks like I'm getting low.
Sword 2-2, direct hit.
Sword 2-1, target destroyed.
Copy, Sword 2, now get clear.
I haven't even been able to drop yet.
Sword 2-2.
Copy lead.
Well, I'm not coming back around, so... No, you know what? I'm coming back around. No, I'm not. I'm heading steer point 8, getting out of here. Steer point 9er, I mean. What do you guys think? Should I just roll in again real quick? Hope for the best? I'm gonna go in and drop them. I don't care. Probably be a bad idea, but whatever. Vent shaft. We'll call it there. Both away. All right, let's turn. Let's turn out and get out of here. Got it. Let's go. All right, we are heading steer point 9. I used up every bit of my chaff and flare on the way in there. That was crazy. Probably should have went in low level, but I don't care. I needed that extra. I was thinking I needed that extra punch from being up high with the JDAMs.
Sort 2-1, waypoint 9. Bug, you up?
Copy lead. Sword 2-2 is up. Lead. All the SAMs just switched off at the same time.
Copy 2. I have a bad feeling about this. Watch for enemy fighters. Switch magic on uniform. Magic, Sword 2-1, request picture.
Drop to all Magic, 1 group full, 14940, Angel 5, blanking northeast.
Copy Magic, Sword 2-1 out. Sword lead, Sword 2-1.
Go ahead, Forrest.
Lead, Magic has a group of bogies low down and heading northeast, possibly heading out from the vicinity of Fa'ala Air Base. We just saw all of the SAMs shut off as well.
Copy, Forrest. We saw the same. Syrians might be attempting to cut off your egress route to the east. Recommend you drag them east if you can. We'll turn north from the border, come in behind to back you up.
Copy lead, confirm ROE.
Weapons tight. Engage only if targets are confirmed as Syrian. There's still Russians in the area.
Copy all lead. Bug, echelon left, 1 mile spread. Let's pull the bogies east if we can. If they get too close close, we'll turn in for a possible engagement.
Copy. Nails, 29.
Lead, Sword 2. Nails 29. Looking at either a fulcrum or a flanker here.
Copy, Sword 2.
Sword 2, Mad Big Bogey is bold. 131 for 43. Angels 5 flanking northeast. Sword 2 on Bowies now. 10 miles of San hot on you.
Alright, so I'm attempting to outrun these guys toward the east. I don't have visual on anybody. Nothing on the data link. There they are, right behind us. They are right behind us, down at 6,000. I have my jammer set up. If they try to lock me, it will jam them, and then I'll turn in and engage. Popeye is behind us. Alright, lost contact on the MiGs. On the data link, anyway. Can't tell what's got. Alright, we got spiked. There's too much going on the RWR. Here we go, we'll click it into priority mode. Got flankers down there.
Things are bugging out. They're turning for home.
Yeah, you better.
Copy 2. Sword 1-1, did you copy Bugs last?
Copy, Sword 2. Sword 1 and Sword 3 are RTB.
Alright.
Copy, Lead. Come on, Bug, we're pushing it on fuel. Heading home.
Sword 2-2.
It says the winds are light at 1 knot, but it's really swirly right here. And that was a greasy landing. Mission complete. One mission left. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for coming along on this mission. No aircraft were harmed in the making of this video, except all of them. If you enjoy the flight, hit like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next sortie.